Right then, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we have better lights and better visual today. A new microphone is coming soon, so soon will be a real channel. So, 5 things we've learned from a game against Hajduk. A 2-5 loss is certainly very painful and a very challenging game. But it has certainly brought us quite a few lessons, and we're just in the beginning of Zalgiris rebuild. It's great to play against a stronger opposition and really see your level and see how things could be done better. So here are 5 things we've learned. Number 1, the Hajduk blueprint. Skerla was very positive in his interview about Hajduk, the club, and their vision. He did his internship at the team under Valdas Dambrauskas a few years back. And I think he might have brought more than just positive memories from Hajduk, but more about their overall vision. When we looked at this game, it felt like we were trying to play Hajduk style without Hajduk players. And I'm not saying that as a negative, but really when you think about Hajduk as a team, what they've done is fantastic. Even though they're considered a sleeping giant right now, the giant that may wake up someday soon, and a giant that manages to generate 50 million in revenue and feel the team worth at least 14, which is at least 10 times better than what Zalgiris can do today, and certainly something we can strive to. Croatia is just under 4 million people, and their league is also played with only 10 teams. So there's quite a few parallels to what we have here in Lithuania, but their football structure is significantly more advanced to where is ours. So sadly, a vision from Croatia is not the worst thing. Also, when that vision brings beautiful attacking football. Even though, as a Zalgiris fan, I hated the team losing, it was great to see how their team was playing. A really confident, compact in defense, but also explosive when they're going forward. Really fast attacking players, very tricky wingers, have generated most of the problems for us. And if Zalgiris can play like that, I'm all up for it. And maybe we're beginning to see that. Zalgiris has scored 3 or more goals in their last 5 out of 8 games. We're certainly starting to try and play a very positive football, and it's very different comparing to how Zalgiris used to play previously. But this brings me to the next point. Number 2, defensively weak. Is this systematic, or is this a personnel issue? We've been saying that Zalgiris needs better defenders for a while, but also, are these defenders set up to be the best defenders they can be, or are they being exposed into a more disadvantageous positions? When I looked at the last game, and quite a few games before, even if we take, say, something like Hajduk Banga, or when we look at how we played against Tbilisi away, there's quite a few times when our defenders are left 3 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 4 versus 4. The really basic defensive principle is you should have at least +1. You should have numerical advantage when you're defending. You should be able to close all the zones and not give opposition players a man advantage. But that wasn't the case, and also that's how we conceded most of our goals in the last game, but also in the games before. So this comes back to the question, is this the way we're trying to play and the way we're sort of set up in the way Ajax team wanted to play back in the day, where, it's better to win 4-3 than 1-0. And as a football fan, I'm all up for it. I'm really enjoying the recent Zalgiris sort of goal-scoring spree, and it's more exciting. We can see at the stadium, we're losing 5-2, but then when Zappan scores that goal, everyone still has something to take away from that loss. So the vision is great, and this is good. Or are we sort of just in the early stages of this transition, and Skerla and the team still just didn't have time to either acquire the right players or set up the right defensive principles, and really they started from the more attacking side of the team. You can't change everything in a few weeks, even months. Generally, you need at least a preseason, which Skerla didn't have with the team. So it's very interesting to see how we're going to progress. Are we going to go into this sort of Liverpool style, which is score more than opposition sort of strategy? Or is this is just the beginning of the journey and we're going to see some improvements in the area? Which leads me to the third point. Speed is the killer of Vilnius Žalgiris. Again, when we look at the recent goals that we've conceded, most of them come from counterattacks from very fast players, just simply running away from our defenders. Whether again it was Gargždų Banga, or it was Tornike for the Tbilisi team, or it was Stoichek for Hajduk. Majority of our goals come from sort of lost possession or just a quick 1-2s where they break the press and we can't catch them anymore. Again, is this something that we're sort of taking as a trade-off to sort of our approach, high press, try to reclaim the ball higher up the pitch and take advantage, create a dangerous attack from that? Or is this a weakness that the Žalgiris is trying to address? I guess we'll see in the coming weeks if this improves or this becomes really a pattern. Number 4, we really need to win top league. We can see how difficult it is to qualify for Europe if we're going through Conference League path. As we can see in Kauno Žalgiris case, they have already qualified for at least Conference League, maybe even higher, going arguably the easier path. Again, if we take Hajduk, as I mentioned, they are a great blueprint for Žalgiris to follow. And everything they've achieved without playing in Europe. And this is because Dinamo Zagreb tends to win the league most of the time, and they go through the champions path. They've qualified for numerous European competitions, whilst Hajduk hasn't qualified for many years, because even team of their strength struggles to go through 4 paths and really win place in either Europa League or Conference League. So we really need to win top league. We're well positioned for it. We're 3 points behind Kauno Žalgiris at this point, but they will play twice a week for the rest of the season. They will be significantly more taxed and exposed. They will have to travel internationally, and this is going to be a great advantage for Vilnius Žalgiris to take off and really nail down that number 1 spot. It's ironic that after the first quarter of the season, we already said that Kauno Žalgiris has won this league, and now we've gone through half of the season, and we can see that's definitely not the case, and league is there for the taking. But we can't be complacent. We're not the only ones shooting for that spot. Sudova, a few others are also really quite close. The league is extremely competitive this year, so we really need to take it seriously and try to nail that number 1 spot, get that champions path, and hopefully land in Europe next year. Finally, number 5, Belinki, signing of the summer. Overall, the Žalgiris team and Giedrius Klevinskas has done an amazing job during the summer transfer window, bringing in really good players, whether it's Belinki, Litvinenko, or Lupano. They have really solidified Žalgiris in every key part of the team, whether it's defense, midfield, or up front. But in my opinion, Belinki is the standout player here. He was performing from day one, didn't need any adaptation period, seems like a leader on the pitch, he's taking on the responsibility, and this amazing Žalgiris scoring spree has really coincided with him coming to the team. Whilst I can't say that he is the reason we're scoring many goals, but he's certainly part of this solution that is producing these results. So certainly for me, a really top player, and on the pitch we can see even in the last game the pass he played to Teixeira, which could have resulted in a goal, and the assist he gave to Petkovic were amazing. And again, he was trying to bring the team back into the game, but unfortunately Hajduk was just better. So hopefully we can sign more players like this, and hopefully he sticks around for another season or two, and then we can certainly look for that top league and hopefully European qualifications. So that's that. The 5 things we've learned from the game with Hajduk. What do you expect from the next game? Do you think Zalgiris will play a strong side and try to show that they can compete with teams like Hajduk? Or are they going to switch focus to top league, feel the weaker side, and really go for that number one position in the league? Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Zalgiris content. See you next time.